Welcome everybody to another home workout recorded live from Rex's gym. It's about 2 degrees this morning, so let's get into our warm-up. Starting with those high knees. Now, yesterday we started with a little stretch before we went into anything else. So compare the warm-up to how you felt going through it yesterday, and then see if you maybe need to do a couple of mild stretches before you go into it. If you feel better doing some stretching beforehand, you go for it. Quads. Now today, we're going to start with a little prep circuit as we have been, so a lot of core work in there. And then we're going to go into some cardiovascular based work, timed circuits, a lot of familiar exercises, maybe one or two that we haven't done, or at least it's been a while. And we finish up, of course, with some stretching. Today is also the day that you've been looking forward to, the day that you can do some more Copenhagen side planks. Yes. Hinges. And of course our lunges. Reach those fingertips into the sky. All right, our prep work. 2 rounds. And everything is 30 seconds. We start in the Copenhagen side plank on one side. Now to refresh your memory, Copenhagen side plank where your top leg is elevated. So, quick demo. I've got my bench here. So I set myself up, top foot on the bench. The bottom foot is just on the ground to start with. And you lift up into that side plank position and you bring your bottom foot off the ground. Make sure your shoulder blades, hips are still stacked on top of each other. 30 seconds on one side, straight into 30 seconds on the other side, and then we're going into a 30-second hollow body. Now a hollow body, you're gonna start on the ground, you're gonna bring your hips and your ribs together. So lift the belt buckle up and bring the hips towards, bring the ribs towards the hips. Hold that, feet off the ground, hands up, and just feel that you're trying to push that lower back slightly into the ground. We're just holding that position for 30 seconds. That's 1 round. We have 2 rounds. Now, you can make that Copenhagen side plank easier by, instead of having your foot on the edge of the bench, you can still not see it. Instead of having your foot on the edge of the bench, you can scoot closer to it and have your lower leg or even up to the knee on the bench. This is going to make it a lot easier on the inside of that top leg. So yeah, 30 seconds of work on each. There's 3 exercises: Copenhagen one side, Copenhagen other side, hollow body. We're going to go through that twice. So, without further ado, starting in 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and here we go. So, stack those hips. We don't want to be rotated here. And that bottom leg is off the ground. Hips are as high as you can get them. actively drive that top leg down into the bench. 10 seconds before we switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. No switch over time, straight into it. Now, of course, I can't see the timer, and you can't see the timer, but you just have to trust me, and I'll tell you when it's time. And time. All right, hollow body. So keep that tight front end. Three. And time. Switch straight into round 2. Last round of our prep. Pick your option for that Copenhagen. Again, activate, do not annihilate. This is a challenging exercise, so you just go for the option that works best for you today. 5. And switch sides. Hollow body, last bit of our prep. Ten seconds. And time. Whew. I like it. All right, now we will not need the bench for our workout, so put that one away. Then we have a different time frame. So last week we did 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. This week it's going to be 35 seconds of work and then 25 seconds of rest. So more work, less rest makes you a fitter person. And that's what we want. So we have lateral lunges, which is the stepping sideways, sinking in, and actively driving back. We have the right side, 25 seconds rest. We have the left side, 25 seconds rest. Then we go into mountain climbers. One knee up, other knee up, as fast as you dare. 35 seconds work, 25 seconds rest. Alternating V-ups. 35 seconds work and 25 seconds rest. And then the last exercise will be inchworms, but we're moving those inchworms forward. So we have done inchworms before. Put your hands on the ground, walk as far forward as you can, but instead of walking your hands back to your feet, you're now going to walk your feet towards your hands. So quick demo, hands on the ground, walk as far forward as you can. So past that push-up position should be doable, and from there we walk the feet to the hands. Then again, hands walk forward, feet walk forward. If you run out of space before the 35 seconds is up, backwards back. So walk the feet back, walk your hands towards your feet. Keep moving for those 35 seconds. We're going to do that for 4 rounds, which should give us about 20 minutes of working out today. Hey, let's see, 35 we said. Should make it sneaky 36. You'll never know. And because it still has to be a minute, we might make it 24 seconds of rest. How many rounds? All of them. All right. See, actually 35 seconds of rest, of work. The rest, you'll just have to trust me on that one. Starting in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And lateral lunge. Big step, sink in, actively push back. Now what that toe is doing is up to you. I like to have it come up in that position. Stay nice and stable here. Don't let that knee come in, and then drive back. Sink in, drive back. Keep those hips nice and stable. So when we step, we don't want to sway. We want to keep the hips in a squatting position, nice and even. 3, 2, 1, and time. 25 seconds before we go into the other side. Now, I don't know about you, and I feel those Copenhagens after the warm-up, which is not a bad thing. 3, 2, 1, big step out, drive. So you can leave your foot flat, or you can turn it up. It is up to you, whatever feels better. Try both ways, and have that active push off this leg. Work as hard as you can in those 35, because you know you get that rest afterwards. Two, 1, and time. Next up, we have the mountain climbers. 35 seconds of work, and again, you pick the pace. If you're feeling good, go as hard as you can. We want to create a little bit of an oxygen debt, so when you get to the end of the set, you feel you're still breathing heavy. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep your neck nice and neutral here. $15 seconds to go. And time. So if you hit that hard, you should feel a little bit out of breath after 35 seconds of work. Then try to recover as much as you can. Go into our alternating V-ups next, followed by the inchworm. And then we've done 1 round already. 3, 2, 1, and go. Ten seconds to go. Last one. And then it's inchworm time. So it's the actual inchworm. So we're actually inching our way forward throughout the duration of this set. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the ground. Walk forward as far as you can. Keep the core tight, and then walk your feet towards your hands. Walk your hands out again. And when you get to the end of the line, walk your feet back and walk your hands back to your feet. And time. All right, that's one round. I've warmed up. Time to get all colorful on you. Oh yeah, tie-dye Team Esteem. 5, 3, 2, 1, lateral lunge. Core stays tight, guys. And rest. Good. Now, one thing I quite like doing if you're after a challenge is count how many reps you get in on each exercise and try to beat it the next round. Sort of like a built-in chase, a built-in game. Can you beat your reps from last round? Make sure the reps stay high quality. 3, 2, 1, and go. Ooh, very lean forward. So I'm gonna keep that torso up a little bit. If I do this side to the camera, I don't want to be here. I want to be in that squat position. Five seconds. Time. Then we have our mountain climbers. So again, see how you felt after the last round of mountain climbers, and see if that is the pace you're going to push yourself on, or if you're going to go a little bit faster or a lot faster. It's up to you. 3, 2, 1, and go. Five seconds. $78 reps. So let's see if next round I can get to 80. And that's how you know you're hitting the right intensity. You really need that rest to kind of catch your breath a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and go. That was one more than last round. As you know by now, that is not my strong suit. Any sort of sitting up is tough for me. inchworming your way across the world. 3, 2, and go. Three, 2, 1, and time. That is 2 rounds down. Have some water. We're halfway, guys. Get ready for your next round of lateral lunges. 3, 2, and go. Chest is up, hips are level, active drive off that stepping leg. Jump, back, jump, back. Five seconds. And time. One extra rep for me. We don't tend to do a lot of side to side movement in the gym. That's why I really like that one, because it forces you to change direction a bit. 5, 4, 3, and go. Is that torso staying upright? Five seconds to go. And time. Mountain climbers is next. So I got 78 next time. Let's see if I can get myself to 80. 10 seconds rest left. Warm now. Warm now. 3, 2, and go. $79. Got a bit confused there. I was counting instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm a bit of an idiot and I cannot do 2 things at once. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. Time. 19. Now on the inchworm, I'm not counting my reps or beating because it's all about that quality of long movement. 10 seconds, And we're going to inchworm again. So be much more interesting reaching further than doing more. Start. Try to keep your legs as straight as you can when you walk it in. And time. That is 3 rounds in. Have some water. Hey Mira, 1 round to go. You got this. Let's see if you can get 1 or 2 more reps. 3, 2, and go. Whew. 16 reps for me. I think that's less, which probably means fatigue is starting to set in a little bit, which is actually the idea here. So I'm not mad at that. Not mad at all. 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Time. 16. At least it's even left to right. All right. Let's see if I can stay focused to actually count mountain climbers. It's a hard option. Got 3 exercises to go, guys. Let's get after them. Don't be too nice on yourself. I won't be to me. 2, 1, and go. '86. Sometimes it makes you ask, what was I doing the previous rounds? But actually it was quite challenging. All right, 5 seconds before we go into our alternating V-ups. And go. And time. 20. One day I'll be good at them. I'll have to do Let's keep doing these sessions for a couple more weeks. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Keep those legs straight when you walk in. And time. That felt pretty good, not gonna lie. How are we doing on time? Perfect. All right, 2 stretches today. Stretch 1, spread sit. Done this one before, nice and wide. You can either prop your hands behind you and lift that chest up and push your whole body forward, or you can have your hands here. If you really find this one hard, get like a pillow or something you can sit on, elevate your butt a little bit, and it'll make this stretch a little bit easier. Ideally, what I want to avoid is just rounding over, hunching over. I want that proud torso position. Play around with how wide you can get your feet as well. Maybe you can get them a little bit wider after 20-30 seconds. Stretch should be for insides of the legs. And ease out of the stretch. Lie down on the side. Hold tricep and elbow on the ground at shoulder height. Keep the shoulder on the ground, keep the hips on the ground, and just slowly push your wrist towards the ground without allowing the shoulder to pop up. So this is no good. We want to get that stretch from here. Now a full score on this stretch is if your whole arm is flat on the ground, which pretty much means, hey, you don't have to do this stretch. I can't even touch my fingers to the ground yet, so I do need to do this stretch. That is a big spider up there. Huh. Interesting vantage points. Let's switch to the other side. That sun is nice. Bet you it's not 2 degrees anymore. Gently, gently find that range where you really start feeling resistance. Usually you can feel this over the shoulder. If you're feeling it in the elbow, make sure that elbow is in line with your shoulder. Not too high, not too low. And keep that shoulder on the ground. All right, guys, 2 things, 2 important things. Number 1, a few of you have been asking me, Rex, I see some outdoor sports are allowed. Can we do sessions on the ovals? No, we cannot. There's no coaching allowed. So unfortunately, so far, no outdoor sessions. However, the indoor sessions still going ahead at home. Number 2, you are a legend. Nobody told you, now you know for sure. No more debate. That's it. No talking back. I'll see you tomorrow.